Hello, my name is Johanna Lyytikäinen and I work as a program manager for the city of Espoo. I'm here today to talk to you about the Six City Strategy, which is a collaboration program for the six largest cities in Finland. I will start with a short introduction of the strategy and then go on telling you about concrete tips about the collaboration between the cities and the projects. The strategy is about collaboration between the six biggest cities in Finland. Helsinki, Espoo and Vantaa in the capital region, Turku in the western coast, Tampere in the central Finland and Oulu in the north form a very unique network of cities. It is based on our joint ambitions and challenges, such as urbanization, climate change and aging population. The cities have joined forces to find new solutions for these problems, which is more powerful than cities working on their own. The six cities together are a unique marketplace for developing innovative solutions coming from companies and R&D organizations such as universities. The Six City Strategy is based on different urban aspects, both on a regional and a city-specific level, which are aligned with innovation and sustainable strategies of Finland and on European level. Obviously, cities have different emphasis on their city strategies and smart specialization strategies. However, we are similar enough to find interesting topics to work with together and learn from each other. The primary objective is to strengthen Finland's competitiveness by using the country's six largest cities as innovation, development and experimentation environments and platforms. The strategy aims not only produce service innovations, but also to promote competitive business and employment. The intention is to get the big cities to cooperate more with each other in concrete development projects and share the results widely. So we are not just comparing notes, we are actively working together on a concrete level. Almost 60 projects have already started, of which half finished. There are around 25 projects running at the moment. And the funding mostly comes from the European Regional Development Fund and the European Social Fund. The whole idea behind the strategy is that the cities operate as experimentation environments for new products and services to create world-class reference sites, utilizing open data and interfaces, co-creation methodology, and working closely together with quadruple helix actors in the innovation system. So we didn't narrow down our thematics in advance. We concentrated more on how to develop, not on what to develop. The whole idea of the strategy is to enhance both innovation and sustainability. With this co-creation model, we incorporate all important aspects into everything we do. In the end, most sustainability issues are about innovation. To us, sustainable urban development is about building innovation capabilities in the whole community. This is the only way to build both socially, ecologically, culturally, and economically sustainable cities of the future. So here's an overview of our project portfolio since 2014. Strategy is implemented via projects which vary thematically from smart mobility to learning, circular economy, using the tools of digitalization, open data and interfaces, and bottom-up oriented co-creation methods. The low carbon agenda was not that much emphasized in the very beginning of the strategy. In fact, the first open calls were arranged only 2016, and since then the importance has increased dramatically, and all the six cities have set their carbon neutrality goals on a very ambitious level. So setting the frame to a wide level has served the city's needs. We have been able to adapt to changing needs as we go on. One example from Espoo, co-creating together with different stakeholders in Espoo schools is something we are especially proud of. With the support of the Six City strategy, we have been able to open up almost all our schools and some of the early childhood education as platforms for innovation. The aim has been to develop both new learning environments and business opportunities. The operating model guarantees an easy and safe way to co-create with different actors systematically and efficiently, providing the participating companies a real-life development environment and understanding of the daily life of schools, teachers, and pupils. The operating model provides also ready-to-use contract templates to ensure that cooperation is fair and mutually beneficial. Co-created with the City of Espoo Schools label has already launched companies such as Mightyfire to international markets in Asia and the US. The operating model is not only being scaled up to other Espoo services, but also to other cities in Finland, such as Oulu and Turku. Also, we are further developing different innovation platforms and tools which support renewal of the urban environments, city properties, social services, employment services, and so on. Many of these new solutions are developed in Agile pilots, which is something we learned a lot about from Helsinki in the Six City strategy. New emerging technologies need to be tested small scale at first. Usually they require more than one test round. In the long run, all our projects are creating this city as a service portfolio. With our partners, we are scaling these learnings to other cities, and also we are learning from our partners. So I promised to give some tips about co-learning. First of all, I would like to talk about shared objectives because I cannot emphasize this too much. We really need to understand what the objectives mean on a concrete level, and this shared understanding takes time. We really need to understand what we are trying to achieve in the project, but also what are the long-term benefits. Usually these objectives are defined in the project preparation phase, but it is very often the case that project preparation is done by someone else than the project manager to be. So we need to further examine the objectives during the project. So this really needs to be an iterative process. Some concrete ideas for co-learning. I would like to underline the learning part. We are not only collaborating or co-creating, all development projects are learning projects, and it might be helpful to evaluate your actions from this point. We human beings are more likely to engage in actions we have been part of for quite some time, preferably from the preparation phase. So we are not only comparing notes and sharing lessons learned only after the fact. That is important as well, but this is actually what I'm doing right now, but that can't be all. Sharing the ongoing actions and plans on a daily or a weekly basis is obviously something all our projects have been doing. Most projects meet maybe once a week. Arranging events together, most cities and projects are more appealing to the visitor or for companies when they are working together. Writing articles and reports together, obviously, sharing tips for project management, maybe joint collaboration with academia is something we have experienced and felt that has been very beneficial. I would like to point out that this evaluating results and impact has been very beneficial for many projects. Most projects have been preparing experimentation and pilots together. We have been preparing procurements together. We might have separate procurements in different cities, but we have had joint market dialogue events, or we have been evaluating propositions together. Also, in a few projects, we have had joint procurements. It's not easy, but it's definitely legally and technically possible. Resolving technical and judicial challenges are in many cases beneficial because cities are stronger together when we are talking about legal issues. For example, we have been collaborating with the Finnish government about data regulation or drone regulation. So on a wider scale, cities are quite similar, yet are organized in a different way. There is a lot to learn from each other. Sharing lessons learned with other projects is also very beneficial. Most challenges and possibilities are not limited to a specific theme. For example, the learnings we had in the Espoo schools can be further developed in Espoo hospitals, for example. Recognizing and conveying development needs to markets. Cities are quite powerful when it comes to market creation, but also we are all the time learning from the markets. What are the emerging technologies, for example? Understanding legal and administrative barriers and conveying development needs to other officials is something we can obviously do better together than on our own. And understanding the role cities play in innovation ecosystem is something we have been working with around 6 years now. There are some actions cities need to take to promote innovativeness, but there are certain actions that are better suited for companies and universities, for example. So to conclude, cities are smarter, stronger, and more appealing partners together. So thank you. You can find more information about our results from the 6 City Strategy site or from the City of Espoo pages. Also, we are interested in international collaboration, so if you have any project ideas, please be in contact with me. Thank you.